All right, everybody. Salute, peace, and love. This is Mark Fuller. This is the Free World Order platform. I created this platform to make videos on social media, in particular YouTube and Facebook, because they are the two most popular platforms to use. My goal is to provoke your thoughts on a daily basis with these videos and with my content, and to get you to think about things from the perspective of being a human being. Before I even shoot into my topic, let me first of all thank those of you that are sharing the videos. That is very important. Sharing the videos is how we're going to be able to reach more people through social media. So if you find this content and these videos interesting, or you believe in the direction that I talk about with the resource-based economy, and you just believe in something better that we deserve to have as human beings on this planet, we have the alternative already. It's called the resource-based economy. And sharing these videos will help this information get out to more people. So thank you, those of you that have liked us on Facebook, subscribed on the YouTube channel, and those who have joined us with a $1 monthly contribution. It's like a pledge to helping us reach our goal of raising $1 billion in order to build the first resource-based city. It's not enough for you just to watch these videos. If you truly believe that all human beings deserve to have free access to everything that's available on our planet, that the planet makes available to us for free, if you believe in that, you have to take action. You have to. It's the only way that we're going to make this come into fruition, is by us collectively making it happen. The same way that wars are started, we can begin something that is actually capable of providing for all human beings on the planet, which is resources managed intelligently, combined with science and technology, also known as a resource-based economy. The Venus Project, you can visit thevenusproject.com to get more information about what we're already capable of doing with that blueprint that was designed by the Venus Project. We already have a foundation, so we can start from there and just make things happen. It doesn't take much. It just takes a desire to want to have the best for all people, not just for you and your family, not just for your community, not just for your country, not just for your race. This is about all of us as human beings on the planet. And if we don't do that, guess what will happen? More than likely, human beings are going to kill each other. What other reason would there be for nuclear bombs and nuclear missiles and all of these destructive things being created? What's the purpose of that, if not to destroy other human beings somewhere else on the planet? So, let's start using our brain and thinking for ourselves out here, because the media, the mainstream, is going to have you thinking a certain way. Y'all is saying, in God we trust. You don't trust in God, you trust in money. I mean, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it real. You don't trust in God like you say you do. You believe in money. Even people who claim that they believe in God, you're praying for more money. You're praying for more of what is going to give you more access to things that you want to have in life. And I'm not knocking you for that. But what I'm saying is that certain things are said that are not true, in religion. And let me not get off topic. Let me stay focused. Does charity, and this is my topic, does charity prove that the money system has failed us? The reason I'm bringing up charity is because people are associating, let me spit this gum out. They're associating what it is that I'm doing with my platform as some type of charity. I'm raising money for a specific thing, or for myself, or, to scam people. It's nothing like that at all. The reason that I'm asking you all that question is to have a need for charity means that the system that we're using is not working. Because if the system worked the way that everyone thinks it does, you would not have a need for charity. You see what I'm saying? There would be no need for you to want, for you to have to, give to the needy. Give to those less fortunate. Like, what does that even fucking mean? What do you mean less fortunate? So by you making that statement, what you're indicating is that we're a part of a system where you got to have good fortune in order to not be less fortunate. You got to be lucky. Is that a better word to use? You got to be fortunate. You got to work harder. I'm confused. What is it that you have to do in order to not be less fortunate? Explain that to me. Most people can't explain it because they just say things and they repeat and regurgitate information that they've heard from somewhere else. And these cliche things that are being said amongst people, things like, well, if you want to succeed, you got to work harder. You want to be successful, you got to work harder than everyone else. You got to work harder than the next person. To me, that sounds like a competitive attitude is being reinforced into your brain space. That's what that sounds like to me. That doesn't sound like a system or any type of religious belief or any type of God that you believe in who's all loving. It doesn't sound like that to me. It's just like, I'll have discussions with religious people and they'll say things, oh, well, the reason that, things happen in the world is because people have to believe in God. People don't have God in their heart. Again, where does that leave us as far as understanding one another? We're not even talking about God, quote unquote. We're talking about our understanding of each other as human beings. Why are you asking me to understand God when we don't understand each other? How could I possibly understand the one who created us if I can't understand those who have been created by God? Doesn't make sense. Because if the one who created us is the one that is allowing the confusion that we are experiencing to take place, then I would question, well, why would an all-loving God allow that type of confusion? Why would an all-loving God permit certain things to take place where people are suffering unnecessarily? Is it up to God to determine who suffers? Is it up to God to determine who doesn't suffer? Is it your belief in God that determines whether you suffer or not? Or is it something else? Is it luck? Like, I can bring it back. A moment ago, we were just talking about less fortunate and the need for charity. Why do we need charity? We need charity because obviously the systems that we're using are failing. Or maybe they were designed to create the need for charity in the first place. You see what I'm saying? We don't need charity. What we need is a system that provides for all people. It's that simple. So if there is anything that would restrict or prevent that from taking place, you would have to question whatever that thing is. So if it is the system that is already in existence that is suggesting a resource-based system, a system where we, instead of using money, we use the intelligent management of the Earth's resources, along with science, along with technology, And along with our desire as human beings to live harmoniously and to be provided for so that we don't have to be deprived of anything. If you combine all of those things together and the current system is telling you, no, that's not the way to do it. No, that'll never work. You shouldn't question the resource-based economy. You should question the system that tells you that the resource-based economy won't work. That's what you should question. The same system that suggests to you to be charitable. Oh yeah, make sure that you give to the less fortunate. Make sure that you find a cause that you believe in, so that you can help those who are in need. Why is anyone in need? Is my question. Oh, well, you've always had that. We've always had that historically. But we live in a new age of science and technology. At this point in time, we're sending satellites to orbit outside of our planet, but we can't figure out how to provide for every human being on the planet. Like, is that what you're really telling me? This is why I provoke your thinking through these videos. These are questions you should all be asking because it doesn't make sense. We can send a camera into outer space that is taking pictures of different parts of the galaxy and sending a signal back to Earth, showing the pictures vividly in real time with all type of clarity and all kind of shit. We have that technology, but we can't figure out how to feed everybody on the planet with healthy, organically grown food. We can't figure that one out. I don't get it. I don't get it. People are still dying from starvation on Earth. I don't get that. You cannot, there's no justification for that. So what that means and what it indicates is that the system that we're using, money, has failed because it fails to provide for all people. It's that simple. Your question to your politicians should be technical questions. Can you all figure out how are we going to feed, house, and clothe everyone? Not based on your zip code, not based on the school district that you live in. No. How are we going to feed, house, and clothe everyone, Mr. Politician? These are questions that you should ask your senators. You should ask the members of the House of Representatives. You should ask your assemblymen. You should ask your mayors. You should ask your president. Mr. President, why do people in America, why are there still millions of people that are homeless in America right now? Why? So again, well, and then of course they get into the whole, well, we don't have the budget for certain things, or we do have the budget and there's money set aside for these different types of programs. Fuck a program. You wouldn't need a program if you simply are using a system capable of providing for all people. People are sick. People are developing all types of cancers and all types of diseases. And there's no health care for them, or it's inefficient, less than health care. If they don't have the money to afford the better health care, the same health care that these politicians and people in government receive, that's not the same health care that you receive where you live. It's not the same. The quality is not the same. God forbid if you need some type of surgery or some type of operation and your insurance company refuses to pay for it, what'll happen to you? Are they going to just let you die? What are they going to do? Give you some pills and some medicine until you die off from it? When they have the cure, or they have an operation or some type of surgery that can fix it, but they refuse to pay for it, you might need a transplant, and they have an organ that they can give to you, but you're not on the list because your insurance company won't pay for it? And you're telling me that that's okay? Like, it's okay that we are part of a system that allows for shit like that to happen. I don't get it. So again, these are questions I bring up, questions you should be bringing up, because it makes no sense. It's senseless. The same reason why when I talk about third world countries, and, you know, I get into that from time to time, but I don't even have to go outside of the U.S. I don't even have to go outside New York State or New York City for that matter. On any given day, I can walk anywhere in New York City and find people sleeping on the street. Many of them by choice, because they're just tired of the bullshit. They're tired of having to worry about paying rent somewhere, having to worry about keeping a job somewhere, having to worry about getting sick and going to the hospital when they can't get any type of health care that's going to help them. So they end up living on the street. Oh, well, that's their choice. It's their choice because they're tired of the bullshit. Again, people are always reacting to their conditions. So I'm not saying that people can't, try to get one leg up or do whatever they can do to avoid that from taking place. But what I'm saying is that when you have created a system that creates the conditions that puts people in an environment of scarcity where things are not readily available, or you got to do so much just to have access to so little. Like, people are killing themselves going to a job every day. I know people working 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a day. Every single day. They come home and they're exhausted. And they might be earning minimum wage. Millions of people are in that situation. That is a condition. That's not changing anytime soon. Millions of people can't change their situation that they're in all at the same time. Oh, well, you just got to work harder and, you get a better job. You can't even give a job to everybody who wants one. There's people unemployed because they can't find a job, because no one is willing to hire them, or because they don't have jobs available for these people. So what do you do with them? You just let them end up wherever they end up, I guess, huh? And this is exactly how we've created a country, a world where people are left pretty much on their own. Just like now, people talking about all the shit with the flag and, how it's disrespectful to veterans. Did you realize that veterans in the U.S., right now, there's about 40 to 50,000 of them that are homeless? Did you know that? Did you know many of them can't get health care because they can't afford it? The same veterans that you're being defensive about when it comes to the flag are not even being taken care of in this country. So again, it's so much hypocritical bullshit, nonsense that goes on. That's why my message is the same all the time. My message is going to be the same in all of these videos. We have a better way. There is a better way. And it is not money. It is not that we need more money. We don't need more money. They're never going to be able to create enough money for everybody to have equal access to the things that they need in life. You're never going to have enough money where everybody can have the place or the home that they want to live in, the car that they want to drive. You're never going to have that. It's by design made that way. But when you look around, look at all of these cars. They're making cars every year. Look at the houses that they're building. Many of the houses are empty. They haven't been sold yet. Look at the buildings that they're putting up. Apartments empty. Haven't been occupied yet. So if we have the capability of building, it's not resources that we lack. It's not science and technology that we're lacking. Cranes and machines are putting buildings up. In fact, we can design machinery that can build houses and buildings without any human beings being involved in the process. Right now, how do you think a lot of the goods gets into stores that are mass produced? Sodas, chips. Like, where do you think all of that comes from? Machines are doing that. So we got the technology, we got the science. There's not enough money. And there never will be. So anyway, my point is that if you don't have what it is that you need as a human being, your behavior will reflect being in that condition. This is how we have so many homeless people. This is why we have people doing different criminal types of behavior and violence. It's as a result of their conditions. And the conditions are being reinforced through the monetary system. Because as you go on, throughout your day, all you worried about is going to work, getting your check, getting your money so you can pay your bills, so you can feed your family. You're not worried about nothing else in life. And that is a horrible state of existence to be in, because now you are indirectly perpetuating what the system has created. Indirectly, by cooperating with the system that is in place, you are indirectly perpetuating all of the things that you see in society that's fucked up, because the system is creating those things, because the system is creating the environment, or rather the conditions that put people in that environment. So it's a lot of just chaos. It becomes chaotic, and it becomes something that people end up looking at as if it's someone else doing it, or, they're the reason. They're the reason. They're the reason why it's like that. It's because of them. Oh, it's their fault. Oh, it's the foreigners. Oh, it's these immigrants. No, it ain't. It's this fucking system. And you really need to just wake up. You need to snap out of it and realize that you're dealing with a system that by design has created the conditions that you see everyone living in, including you. The system is the reason why you got to go to work every day, to earn a living. The system is the reason why charity is needed, to help the quote unquote less fortunate. That's because of the system. So we don't need more charity. We don't need more money. We don't need none of that shit. What we need is a better system. And we have it. It's called the resource-based economy. So let me jump off of here now. On that note, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and share these videos so that these messages get out to more and more people. This is grassroots. This is me. I'd sit in my car and make videos and talk about things, and hopefully will provoke enough people to think about shit to the point where they take action. That's the whole free world order in a nutshell. That's what this is about. Join us with the $1 monthly contribution. The sooner that we raise this money to build the first city, the sooner we'll have an actual city, which is proof that the resource-based economy works and will work as we move forward, and is an alternative to the bullshit that we have right now. There's no reason why people are continuing to suffer. There's no reason why you got to go to a job every day doing something you don't enjoy doing, and something that really is not contributing to anything other than profits for someone else. Certain jobs we don't need to be doing as human beings. Are you like really? We can have machines doing 90% of the fucking jobs that are out there right now. So if machines are working, humans don't have to. We can use this. What do you think created the iPhone? What created Facebook? Humans. So human ingenuity is something that we all have. You have more of us doing that and doing less of the bullshit jobs that we don't need to do. Instead of doing that, just give free access to everyone for all essentials of life that you need. Place to stay, clothes, food, clean water, clean air, no pollution, clean energy. Provide that for everyone. And then we'll see the behavior of people be totally different. People are not going to act the way that they act now when they're well taken care of. You don't got to worry about going to the hospital when you can't afford to be seen or to get surgery or to get medication because you don't have the money to pay for it. No more of that shit. We don't need that. Y'all talk about healthcare reform. What fucking reform? They're not reforming anything. All they're doing is changing the way that you pay for it. They're changing who pays for what. You shouldn't have to pay anything for it. You shouldn't have to pay to go to school. You shouldn't have to pay for education. You shouldn't have to pay for food. These are things that we need. Everyone has to eat. Everyone has to drink clean water. What the fuck? Like, what's wrong with y'all? I don't get it. I don't understand how people don't see that. We should have free access to everything. We already have the science and technology to create and produce abundance for everybody. Anything you can think of right now that is being made can be made because we have the resources. So for you to say, well, there's not enough for everybody, it's bullshit. It's a lie. It's a lie. And this is why people throughout different nations, we have to learn to coexist with one another and band together as human beings. Have to. It's not optional. Because otherwise you will let that small group of people that runs these governments destroy people on both sides that have nothing to do with nothing. Nothing to do with these ideas that they come up with why they're fighting. Y'all are at war for what reason? For what? This is why we need to be able to travel and move around so we can see what other people's cultures are like. You don't need governments. Oh, well, no, then people would be out of control and you would have, things going. Nah, you wouldn't have that. No, you won't. You will not have that. Because there's more people that want peace than want war. War is profitable. So, of course, there's going to be war now because we're dealing with monetary systems. They make billions of dollars, trillions of dollars off of war. Yes, there's going to be war now, but not in the future. Not as we build this resource-based economy and make the transition. You won't have the need for that shit no more. Same reason why you won't have the need for police and military. We will outgrow it. But you can't outgrow shit if you are blind and you're ignorant. They profit off of your ignorance every day. And they profit off of your comfort. Y'all are comfortable sitting in your living room watching the fucking Yankee game. You're comfortable with that. Y'all are comfortable watching Sunday Night Football. They know that. That's why they keep it going. Anyway, I'm out. Mark Fuller. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I pissed some of you guys off, actually, and get you to comment and just to talk your shit on these videos so we can open up the dialogue and really start looking into what it is the fuck that we're doing as human beings. Like, what are y'all doing? Just wasting years and years of what? Waiting for somebody else to do it to make your life better? We already have what we need to make life better for all of us. Just pay attention. I'm out. Deuce.